Our subject for today is the infamous Harold Camping. Harold Camping, as you know, is a gentleman who predicted that the world would end on May 21st, 2011 at 6 p.m. local time. Wherever you are, 6 p.m., chances are, if you're not raptured, oh, you're in for some trouble. So anyway, he made this prediction, and I wasn't aware of it. I don't watch a lot of television, I don't catch a lot of news, but I started hearing this buzz on the internet. So I did a little investigation, because whenever information comes across my desk more than once, I tend to, okay, let me look at it to see what's the validity of this information. So the first thing I want to know is the source. Where's the source coming from? I'm like Morpheus in the Matrix. Did Zion send word? Are we hearing word from the Oracle? So I need to know what's going on. So I'm checking the source, because I'm in the market of marketing information. So I need to make sure my sources are correct. So I checked the source, and the first thing that came up is a picture of Harold Camping. One of the things that I noticed is that he bears a striking resemblance to Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Dude is 89 years old. 89 years old! My grandfather is 89 years old, and that dude stopped making sense back when America still loved OJ. He believes to this day that Bluetooth is a gum disease, something you can cure by brushing your teeth with sugarcane. But everybody's looking at this Harold Camping dude and believing that, okay, this guy definitely knows what he's talking about. Now, even the whole 89-year-old thing, you got to really think about this. Because I remember once, years ago, I was in Irvington, New Jersey, in the post office, in line waiting to send off some mail. And it just so happened, I'm the fourth person in line, but everyone in front of me in line were white. The people behind me were all black. And this woman came in, old lady, looked about 89 years old, with a little walker. And she just took her time and walked not to the front of the line or not to the back of the line, but right in front of me, the first black person in line. And I'm thinking, I know Tweety Bird grandmother didn't just disrespect me. But then it dawned on me, Kirk, she's old. She probably didn't even get the news that segregation ended. And she figured she's in front of the first black person in line. So here's Harold Camping, 89 years old, and he's American. What I mean by he's American, it would be hard-pressed to find another American that's 89 years old who's not on prescription drugs. Now, we could just keep it real and take the whole word prescription out of there, because drugs are drugs. So he's 89 years old, and he's on drugs, going around making predictions all willy-nilly, because he made a prediction before, nothing happened, but people are still following him. So I thought, wow, this is amazing. And once I saw the prediction and see what was going on, I said, you know what? I need to get some popcorn, because this is going to be entertaining. I can't wait to see how this thing plays out. May 21st came and went. Nothing happened. I think we had an earthquake and a volcano erupt someplace, but nothing major happened at 6 p.m. And his followers are saying, oh my God, you know, we lost everything we believed in. He made us. See, the first thing they did, they shift responsibility from themselves. He made us. No, he didn't. I saw a picture of Harold Camping. He's a fragile old guy. It's not like he's out in the street with a 9mm, break yourself, fool, sell your house. You did that. No one made you. But people are saying he made us. The other thing is when you pay attention, because you always got to look at the source. While all his followers were selling their stuff, Harold sold nothing. He kept all of his money. He never got rid of it. But they got rid of their stuff, and now they're complaining. Here's the lesson. Several lessons in this thing. First of all, the main lesson that came out of this that I think is important, we should pay attention to. No matter how senile, no matter how far-fetched, no matter how crazy your idea is, if you're passionate enough about it, because Harold believed in stuff. He had his little Bible, and he was just based on the scriptures that I've read and the mathematical compilation, and people believed him. He was passionate. The same thing can happen in your life. If you're passionate about something that you want to do, if you believe it, if you're fully convicted in it, people will come out of the woodwork and start believing in your dream. But most time we never achieve what we want because we don't believe in our dreams. So we can't convince someone else. And then we go and we try to express the dream with a lot of fear. And people, girl, that would never work. They knock it down because you're not convicted. Harold was convicted. As a matter of fact, he's so convicted, he said, well, I made a mistake. Did I say May? I meant October. It's October 21st. And he just pushed the day forward. That's all he did. But we'll go around and make one mistake, we fail one time or we consider a failure, and we run back in our corner and we just sit there. Harold make failed prediction after failed prediction after failed prediction, and he just keeps making them and keeps making his millions. He doesn't care about any of that. So that's one of the first lessons. If you have enough passion, passion persuades. You have enough passion, you can absolutely start manifesting your dream. The other thing is, you have to take full responsibility for your life. Harold did not make anyone do anything. He told his story, people bought into the story and acted on it. So I'm not taking all the responsibility away from Harold Camping because he said what he said, and I can't even say he was irresponsible in saying it because I really believe dude is 89 years old on drugs. And you can't take people who are 89 years old and on drugs too seriously. You can't really invest your future from a prediction of someone that's 89 and on drugs. So the first thing, not the first thing, we already covered the first thing, but the second thing is you have to take full responsibility for your life. You can't keep passing the blame and passing the buck. Well, this one said this and this one said that. You have to take full responsibility. Whatever comes down the path, I'm responsible for it. That's why I make my own choices. Because I know at the end of the year, when I was younger, when I was growing up, my mom and my dad wanted to steer me in different directions to do this, to do that. And I figured, if there is a God, and at the end he comes back and he says you have to give account for your life, he's not going to say to my mom, well, Mrs. Nugent, what happened to Kirk? He's coming to me. So being that he's coming to me, I have to make the decision so I can live with the consequences of my actions. So that's the same thing you have to do. You have to, like these people that lost all their money, they have to live with the consequences of their actions. Harold Camping doesn't have to live with the consequences of their actions. He has to live with the consequences of his actions, which is just basically he keeps on making prediction. But they're the one who, now they're out of money, they didn't pay the mortgage. One guy said he didn't feed the cat, didn't water the plants. He has to deal with all of that stuff. So it comes back down to being fully responsible. And as far as your life, if you want to manifest something, learn something positive from Harold Camping. With enough passion, enough conviction, and enough belief in what you're doing, you will attract people who share and join in that belief. Because it's not so much what you're saying, is it impossible? It's, do you have a passion behind it? Are you convicted in it? Because that passion, that enthusiasm is contagious. And you get on stage, the world stage of life, and you start sharing that enthusiasm, people come ahead and be like, yeah, we could do this. You start selling pet rocks and chia pets and making millions of dollars selling this nonsense. A chia pet, they have Obama chia pets. Now, another story. That's my point. That's basically the point for today. Be passionate about whatever it is that you're looking for, and be convicted in it, and also take full responsibility for your life. Learn lessons from Harold Camping. I believe that was a very good lesson, and there are more to come. I see you tomorrow.